Hey Ryan, good afternoon.
Hello.
We're here in my kitchen and we're going to make dinner for this evening. We're going to make some meatloaf. So I am going to hand you a package of meat and I'm going to hand you a little knife to poke the plastic. And you are going to put all that meat into the bowl in front of you.
Okay, hold on. Let's put this down on the counter.
Now this is a simple meatloaf recipe. You can make this with turkey, beef, or pork, and I combine pork and beef when I do it. So we are today doing a 2 parts beef, 1 part pork. Okay, I just threw the pork in, Ryan.
Okay, I'm opening up the beef, so.
Yeah.
Oops, okay, there we go. Perfect. And do I just dump the whole thing in
Just
there?
dump it all in there. I'm going to need that knife because I can't break into this package as easily as I did the other package.
Nope, you got the knife.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
Ooh.
In fact, what you're doing right there is a good thing to do because you need to start warming up that meat.
I'm going to move this glass off.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, if you hand me your packaging, I'll get rid of that.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's this.
All right. All right, so start stirring that up with your
Alright.
hands.
See camera? Okay. Stirring it up with what?
Your hands. This is an all hands method.
This should be fun. Okay. Ooh.
All right.
Wait, there's a piece of packaging in with it.
Oh, so that's one of us tossed our packaging in. So I'll take that, please.
I think that's, here you go.
It's not mine.
Nope. You know what wait, there's another piece too.
Okay.
So it had to be both of ours. There's another one.
That one? Okay.
Okay, I didn't realize that the bottom had a thing. Like it's.
Yeah. No, I definitely grabbed the 2 of my packages. So.
Okay, I did not.
Okay. All right, so that's another reason to use your hands.
Okay.
Okay, so I am now
I just dumped them in. I didn't think about the fact that there might be packaging underneath the meat.
So I'm now going to put in
I'm not there
about
yet.
a teaspoon of salt. Maybe a little more.
That's a lot of salt. Wait, no? Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
And now I'm going to grind some pepper over it.
Oh, my hands are there.
It's fine. The peppers, your hands are going to get the pepper and they're going to get everything else. Do you like lots of pepper or little pepper?
Ah, you're sure.
There is lots of pepper. Because I like lots of pepper.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now I'm going to throw in some hot sauce.
Wait, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I'm just,
Keep-
I'm
just
just
keep
thinking
mixing.
about all the stuff that's going to be all over my hands.
Okay. And you just want a couple of dashes of hot sauce. Did you feel that go in?
You know, with all the other meat all over the place.
Okay, we'll put a bit more in then.
Hold on. Here, dab it on top of my hand. There you go. Okay,
Okay.
that's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep mixing and mixing and mixing now. So the idea with this, Ryan,
Now, I've never done this before, so this is kind of cool.
is that eventually that meat is all going to be very solid and come together in one large piece.
Okay.
And so you're warming it up and you're making it emulsify.
Okay. Right now, it's like a bunch of, I can feel kind of like,
Okay.
the texture I would describe it as is,
We're throwing in a tablespoon of paprika.
okay, there it is.
There you go.
I would describe the texture as being kind of like really lumpy right now.
Exactly. So you're trying to break up those lumps.
Yeah, and so eventually you're saying it should just turn to kind of be like very smooth meat.
Very smooth. Very kind of will stick to itself. All right. And now I'm breaking in 1 egg.
Oh man, hold on, still doing it. Oh. Okay.
Ah!
There, that was the, okay, it didn't go, no, I got it, it didn't go in.
That didn't go in the yeah.
I didn't get any of the shells in there. That would be
Okay.
bad.
For the blind audience, Lucy just dropped half of an eggshell into the bowl.
Yes, which landed in
On
a
the
place where I
side.
could grab it, so that was good.
And now the second egg. Because we have about 3 pounds of meat, we are going to use 2 eggs here.
I'll wait till that's up there.
And again, that's a binder. So you're going to want to pinch those eggs and make sure they break up as quickly as possible.
Oh, okay.
That's the way. I like that sound. Nice and squishy and gooky.
I'm actually just breaking up the egg that way.
Yeah,
And now I'm gonna move it into the meat.
Okay.
Now it's being moved into the meat.
Now, most people will say, what? What are you doing? But believe me, when you taste this, you'll understand this next ingredient. Ketchup.
Oh! You just got so away.
I told you before we started that you would get messy and a little bloody. Okay, there's some ketchup for you.
And my hands would be freezing cold.
And that's the meat been sitting out on the counter for a while, right?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so keep working that all together. Now, the motion I want you to do is I want you to take your hands.
Come on, we're nowhere near done with this.
Okay, and also I'm just scraping some of the stuff off the back of your hands. What I want you to do, the gesture I want you to do is start from over here. Take your hands at 11 o'clock and 1
I'm
o'clock.
done getting all the chunks.
That's okay. You're going to take your hands from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
Okay.
You're going to scrape to the bottom.
Yeah.
Pick up.
Then flip it over.
And flip it over and squeeze.
Oh, okay.
That's how you're going to break up the chunks, my friend.
Okay.
Now, I have one last ingredient that I can't find. I thought I'd put all the ingredients out for us, and I cannot find the last ingredient.
Still a lot of lumps.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of lumps for a long time.
Oh, okay, this takes a while.
So you're squeezing with your hands and rolling and squeezing and rolling and squeezing. All right, Ryan, we're now going to add the last ingredient. And you want about 2 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to pour these in. You can use plain breadcrumbs, but then you should add a little bit more seasoning of your own. So these are Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. So now
there's sandy meat.
Yeah, now there's sandy meat. So now you need to squeeze.
Oh yeah, you're completely correct. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's coming together quite nicely.
Oh, there's a huge chunk of
I'm going to add a little bit more salt to that.
You may have sampled a part that was not entirely mixed yet.
Okay, then I'll sample in a minute.
I was also going to say, sampling raw meat also seems kind of like...
I didn't swallow it, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so remember to go from the back, 11 and 1, squeeze together.
Oh yeah.
And what you're doing that way is you're making sure to get the bottom of the bowl.
Oh yeah.
And then occasionally Lucy's going to spin the bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, to flip it around.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's still some breadcrumbs that are not mixing in there. Oh, now they're mixing it.
And by the way, we are almost done. Actually, no, I'm not going to add more salt. I decided I'm changing my mind. I'm going to add more ketchup.
I'm going to get away this time.
Chicken. Ryan is chicken.
Yeah, just the splatter.
There you go. Okay. All right, now I'm going to turn the oven on to 350 because we really are almost done.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to be a little bit more aggressive.
Hold on.
There you go. That's it. All right, I'm just checking texture now. Need more breadcrumbs.
Oh.
So what we're trying to do is get the breadcrumbs to kind of help it come together a little bit.
was gonna say, I actually feel like the breadcrumbs push it all kind of apart.
Oh no, they'll help it bind.
Really? Huh.
Because the breadcrumbs will swell when it bakes as they get moisture in them.
Okay. Form in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so I'm going to put my hands in there with you.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
No, I want you to watch my hands. All right, ready?
Okay.
So I'm going to grab, squeeze.
Yep.
Grab, squeeze with my thumbs from the middle out.
Yep.
Grab, squeeze. There you go. That also got me a chance to see how well through it is. I think that's actually, you see how it's actually starting to stick together now?
Yeah.
And I get to cheat because I get to wash my hands all the time.
So this is pork and beef.
Pork and beef, yes. You can do this with turkey, you can do it with ground chicken.
Yeah.
You're going to want more moisture.
Oh my
You're going to want more moisture for chicken or turkey. I just gave it another sampling and I am going to add more salt.
Beef and pork. It is now bork.
It's now bork, yes, exactly. Except I put the salt away. I'm only putting in about a quarter teaspoon this time.
I'm just squeezing my hands, kind of like balling up fists.
Yeah, exactly. Ball up the fists. Your thumbs are really important in this.
Yeah, definitely will. Over. There.
You'll see that Ryan has been kneading away for a little while now, and everything is coming together really nicely. That's it, Ryan. Go faster, go faster.
But it's
Yeah.
so therapeutic.
You're supposed to beat the you're supposed to beat the daylights out of that meat, and do not say it. Squeeze. Sorry. Cut that out, please.
Oh,
Please cut
God.
that out. Okay.
Okay, so we've been
Yeah.
kneading this up a bit. It's kind of challenging. It's getting harder and harder to squeeze because it's getting squishier and
That's
squishier.
the thing we want. There we go. Squeeze with the thumbs, especially. It has a couple of lumps in it. But
Yeah, it doesn't. Not all the lumps seem to be unlumping.
But that's okay. That's just an extra meaty part.
It'll just become one giant lump.
All right. I'm going to get you a little bit more ketchup. I'll take denudify my hand.
Now wait, really? How can you tell this needs more ketchup?
Because it's very dry right now.
It is very dry.
Because you can never have too much ketchup in meatloaf.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's very dry right now, and it's still kind of sticking to your hand.
Yeah.
And the idea is it will start to kind of slip away from your hand when it's got the right moisture in it.
Oh, and hopefully it'll take all these things that are on my hand with it,
Well, yeah,
such
that's
as
the
all the
idea.
breadcrumbs and.
That's the idea.
Paprika
Okay,
and all
coming
that.
in with more. You might need to go buy more ketchup.
Yeah, you're kind of running.
Okay.
off.
All right, there you go. I might have another bottle.
You never have too much ketchup.
Nope. You could also use salsa here. So really the ingredients you use are not as important as the moisture, the breadcrumbs, the meat, and the egg. Everything else you kind of play with on your own. All right, once you think that ketchup is fully mixed in,
No, it's not yet. Give me a minute.
no, once you think it is, tell me.
Okay.
Don't forget to scrape the bottom of the bowl.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to
Flip
scrape
it.
your hands.
Flipping it over.
Good man.
There we go. Oh, it's now getting stuck to the bowl. Just.
I'll hold the bowl still for you.
That's good.
That makes life easier, right?
Yeah, sure does.
There you
a
go.
few kind of.
So you notice when we first started, it was kind of making a goofy sound.
Yeah.
And the sound now is much more click, stick, click, stick.
Yes, like that. Like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And occasionally I'm finding like little hard. What were the little
Squeeze
hard
those.
things?
Squeeze those.
No, like they're like little. Well, no, they're really, really tiny.
They're little pieces of breadcrumb, or they may be they might be bits of fat.
No, okay. They're not fat. That's definitely. If I didn't know what they were, I would almost call them like little tiny seeds, like about the size of what you find on a raspberry.
That's probably breadcrumbs then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it starting to become one big piece, or do you think it still needs more?
Mm.
You can't overwork meat. That's That's the good thing, is that you can't overwork it. You're trying to make it, coagulate into a nice, go back to one cow. No, just kidding.
Yes. You
Just
mean
kidding.
one bork?
One bork, yes. Okay, I'm going in for a feel. I actually think, Ryan, that this now can start being pressed instead of squeezed. So press.
Just pressing down?
Just pressing down, scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, and press. Scrape the front, because otherwise, look what happens. It comes up the front of the bowl towards you. So scrape the back, scrape the front, and then press.
Big blob,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
That's going to be a good meatloaf. And guess what? You're done.
almost. Here.
So when you pick it up now, just very much get left in the bowl.
Hold on. Still squashing it.
So today, we're going to use my stoneware. This is from Magic Chef, but you can buy these almost anywhere. This is a bundt pan shape, and the reason I really like this is because it makes you have an easy guide to cut out the pieces for people, so everybody can get an equal piece of meatloaf just by cutting. Let me show you on the camera here, the ridges along the bundt. It's really quite lovely. All right, Brian.
I have the entirety of the meatloaf in my hands.
And I'm sweeping the pot underneath you and taking the bowl away.
Okay, so now I need to squash it into this mold.
Squash it into the bowl.
This is harder than putting a blanket into a washing machine with a spindle.
Well, and the trick is you're going to have to try and make sure it's even throughout the bowl.
Yes.
And you're going to try and make sure that there's no air pockets.
Oh, fun. Okay, hold on.
So you're literally using that same pressing, but you don't have to pick up from the bottom anymore.
Hold on. Yep.
Almost like this pan knew exactly how much meat, so there's a big air pocket over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
There you go, good man. We're going to try and make it go below the level of the pan as much as possible.
Squish.
So some people, instead of ketchup, will use tomato soup. Some people will use tomato sauce. All right, Ryan, let's take a look. Ryan, that looks lovely. It's nice and flat on top. It's got a little bit of rippling.
Hold on.
Okay.
One last little.
Scrape your hands. There you go. Globs there. So now I'm just going to pour the ketchup slightly over top. Unevenly, but just getting some ketchup on the top.
Why don't I just use my fingers and glaze it around?
There you go. That's what I was about to ask you to do.
I was gonna say, why don't we just remove the big lid on the ketchup?
Hey, there's a smart man if I've ever seen one.
There we go. Now here, I'll just scrape it out with my fingers now.
There you go.
Okay, look at that.
Because we're not using this ketchup again. This is a legitimate. If you were doing this with a newer bottle of ketchup that needed to be used again, you could not touch it with meaty hands.
There we go. Okay, now this thing is finished.
All right, so glaze it away there. And just lightly coat it. You're not pushing it in, you're just glazing.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Okay, it's pretty even over all of it.
Okay.
I'm now going to go and wash my hands. Somehow.
Yeah. I'm going to put this in the oven. First of all, I'm tilting it to the camera. Looks lovely, everybody. Thank you very much. We will come back in about 15 minutes and show you what it's like halfway through. All right, so it's now been about 15 minutes since we put it in the oven at 350. I am putting on my silicone gloves here, and I'm going to grab this out of the oven just to show you how the progress is going. And we've got a little bit of sizzle sound on it. Smells really delicious. And I've got a trivet in place here. There we go. Put the oven door for a couple minutes here. No need to heat up the whole kitchen.
Sizzling.
All right, so it's got a little bit of a sizzle to it. And we're going to see how we're doing by sticking our ThermoWorks thermo pen here.
Probe it.
So you're going to want to try and get in the center. And the way I do that is I go from
We'll find the center point and then find the other.
exactly, and then I go all the way down and then come up halfway. All right, so we're going to now go for the center of the meat there. Stick it in. Come halfway out.
100.9
It's not hot enough.
That's not hot enough, but it's actually the point we want.
Really?
I'm going to give it another couple seconds.
89.8 degrees
Aha, see, it's not stable. Okay. Come on. I just turned it off.
89.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so that's nowhere near hot
It's nowhere
enough,
near hot enough.
but we've got a good texture on top of it right now. So we're going to put another coat of ketchup on.
I don't know that we can. Do we still have any ketchup?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we have a whole new ketchup?
We have a whole new ketchup.
That works.
To the point where I actually have to take the little metal,
Oh, the paper has to fly.
little metal cappy thing off.
Oh.
I hate that.
Those are always so difficult to get off. It's like they don't give you enough aluminum to get your fingers grabbing at it.
They used to, but they just
Yes.
don't do that anymore, you know? So I just poke it with a knife and then peel.
Oh. Okay.
So, okay, this time we're gonna actually keep the lid on because there's a lot of ketchup in the bottle.
Okay.
And we're just going to squeeze and squeeze. And I'm kind of going around in a circle around the top of the meat. Yuck. That sound is just so disgusting.
It could be worse.
And then I'm just going to use my fingers and spread it a little bit. Yeah, a little more ketchup on that side. So Ryan, if you're, should have had you do this before.
Yes.
If you look around the edges of the bowl, you'll see that it's starting to pull away from the sides of the pot.
Oh, okay. Well, it's really hot, so.
So you're not going to do it?
Not going to do it.
All right. All right, so we're back. So Ryan,
Okay.
here is your thermometer. You're going to take this. You're going to lightly use your fingers and find out
I'm
what
looking
is.
for the. Oh, there's the button.
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
button.
Yep. So
So
you're gonna feel for the.
Well, I got it.
There's the edge of the pan.
Yep.
There's this.
Yep.
You're gonna go halfway between the two. So
Yeah.
there to there, right there, all the way down,
Hold
halfway
it
up.
And press.
179.7 degrees Fahrenheit.
So that's a little overdone, but that's fine. 179 degrees Fahrenheit. So there we
Check a
go.
few other spots. Let's see. Okay. doesn't beep when you press the button?
It's supposed
There it
to.
goes. Let's do it again.
I think we're supposed to hold it in.
Oh, are you?
Nope, that's not doing it. It's pretty it's a little flaky on the speech, so, but we know this has been tested. We actually tested this off camera with another thermometer. This is ready to go. So I'm gonna
Stab.
I'm just gonna
Stab.
tilt it a little bit so that we can get a good shot on the camera. Just tip it up for you there a little bit. There you go.
Wait.
Doesn't that look lovely? Just lovely. And we're going to dish out one piece so you can see what this thing looks like from the inside.
Come on, thingy. Now I'm just obsessed with trying to figure out why this thing.
Oh, because it's unreliable, Ryan.
Okay, whatever model this is,
Yeah, that was not the right thermal pen, so.
yeah, don't buy this one.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a plate here. We've got a nice flat metal spatula to make it nice and strong. Come here, Ryan. We're going to look for the lumps in the plate, in the pot. So just take the spatula,
yeah.
okay, go like this. See, it goes out, goes in.
It's easier to do with that. Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to use the oven mitt to feel the pot itself,
I got it.
here's the rubber.
That's cool. So you want it like right on the
smaller, there, that's good. So now go straight down.
inside the groove or
Yeah,
on the outside of the groove?
inside
I'm finding the groove itself.
Yeah, inside the groove, the smaller
the center
groove.
of the groove.
Yeah.
Between the two bumps.
Yeah, so there's a wide bump and then a narrow bump. You want it in the narrow bump.
There we go.
Okay? Straight down. And then you're going to go to the next narrow groove.
Okay.
Straight down. And scoop towards the first cut you made.
Okay.
You pick up. And put on the plate that I put there between
Nothing
you.
came with it.
Oh. Right, there's one cut. Okay, so I'm going to go along your cuts here. Getting
I don't think this
underneath.
is as easy as you thought.
The rubber glove to hold the pot still because the problem is the pot's moving.
No. It gets more stuck than we thought.
No, it's not stuck. It's moving.
No, what I meant was the slice. I think there's still something attaching it.
You're right. I think you're right.
Don't think that worked quite how I thought it would.
And voila, there is your meatloaf on the plate. The first slice is always the hardest.
Yeah, that's true.
So there we go.
There's room to
Thank
kind
you.
of push it off to the side later.
Thank you very much for watching. We're looking forward to having our dinner.